So we're back on this gorgeous day.
Oh, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's so nice. So anyway, last week we talked about obstacles and specifically about some of your technology challenges. And I'm so proud of my mama because even this week you were having problems finding a document. Those documents go missing sometimes on the computer, and I couldn't find it, but you got some help from your Microsoft guy.
Oh, did I? That was the best trip I ever made.
And you didn't even have to leave home.
No,
She just
no.
called up and he logged on. And I was so proud because like an hour later, there was the document you sent me. So you did it, Mama.
They found it.
So little by little, you're chipping away at the technology issues. So
I am.
that's great. And I love that you have some help. So this week, we're going to shift a little bit. So last week, we talked about obstacles with technology. And this week, we're going to shift kind of inward. So, the Microsoft guy can't solve all of your issues, unfortunately. He can do the technology ones. But some of this inside stuff, we need some other help. So this week, we're going to talk about overcoming obstacles with things like our lack of purpose and things like fear and ego. I loved the book last week that I put a little blurb out there about Let Your Life Speak by Parker Palmer. And in the book, he actually admits that ego was one of his obstacles and that he was offered this job as president of the university. And when he went in front of his committee at church, they kind of peppered him with questions. And he realized that in the end, that one of the driving factors was he wanted his name in the paper with the word president by it. So that was one of those moments where he realized that his ego was kind of driving this decision, and I think we all do that.
Oh, yes. I mean, ego plays a big part in everyone's life. I certainly have felt it. And then I figure, I have to overcome this. And I hate to say it, but you get better as you get older. So you've got something to look forward to.
Here we have a living example.
Because
yes.
I'm not the same fearful, egotistical, insecure person I was.
Yes. And you were very insecure, Mom. I mean, I remember growing up, and one of the themes is because you were adopted. You never felt wanted.
Well,
and you just...
I was different. And maybe being different's okay for some people, but I wanted to be part of the team. And there was always something about me. I, had a few quirks that used to bother my mom especially, and yet she was a good mother.
Yeah, she was a tough cookie though, Dandy.
Yeah, she was.
And when Mom was adopted, it was later in their life, so there was some adjustments. So she was an only child, and you just always kind of carried that with you, that you didn't feel wanted. You weren't worthy.
Yeah.
And that affected, I think, a lot of decisions.
I don't know. I don't want to use it as an excuse, but I made a lot of the wrong moves and lived to correct them and feel okay about them. But it took a long time. I mean, it was 25 years that my mom and dad had been together, and I came along, and I think I was a handful. I know I wound up in a convent school. I was a handful there, too.
You did.
But the nice thing is everything has a happy ending. And it seemed the older I got, hopefully the wiser I got. And now, at this stage of my life, I couldn't be happier. And I feel very blessed. And so it's my turn to kind of give back, try and help others. It's not going to be me focused now.
That's awesome.
And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the writing, the hanging out with my famous broadcaster here. And,
I'm not famous.
Just enjoying life.
Yes.
And
trying to help some people along the way with your story, because I think it's so inspiring. And, one of the things is, I'm the youngest of 7. And I'm not the baby. I'm the baby, but I was I say the forgotten child, not the spoiled child.
No.
But anyway, Mom had a lot of struggles to find her purpose. We talk about purpose too, because I think finding a purpose brings a lot of peace and having that path. And I think that's a lot that's going on with this generation now. Is when kids are younger, and I was one of those people too. Coming out of college or in college and not knowing your purpose and not knowing your path, and especially for people who are type A like me, And that's really difficult. But you found your path, but it was difficult. That's the thing. It's not always easy. And you found your purpose and calling as a teacher.
Yeah, it took me a while. I mean, I felt like I was 21 out there, my first teaching job, but I wasn't. I was almost your midlifer.
Mm.
And yet, that was my purpose, to take these children, they were fourth graders, and to make them feel good and be successful instead of feeling they couldn't do anything in school. And I mean, God knew what he was doing, and it matched my lifestyle with my own children. And yet, when I thought about going back to school at that age, I was a secretary and doing all right. I wasn't unhappy, but this was a big step. I mean, we were dead broke. We didn't have a car. Julie, you rode on the back of my bicycle for a while. And then I didn't want to meet failure. I mean, you know, here's this mother with her picture in the paper, because that was something new then, that a midlifer would go back to school. And so,
But you did it.
I had to really succeed. And I not only succeeded, I loved what I was doing. And so, it's never too late.
That's right.
Who knows? I may have another career in my 90s.
Well, you're a writer.
Well, I could
close.
manage to, perhaps.
And another career.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, I know.
But I think, you know, through struggles sometimes too, we find our purpose through pain. And that's going to be the story coming this week. An incredible couple I met, the Finblooms, Dawn and Norm. They lost their son a few years ago to alcohol poisoning. And since then, they have been promoting the Lifeline Law and make good decisions and helping other kids to make the call to, if there's an underage drinker that has passed out, so that the same thing doesn't happen that happened to their son. So, you know, it's a heart-wrenching story, and I know them, and I just love their passion and how they've taken such a sad and difficult situation and done something positive to save, there's over 70 or 80 lives now that have been saved because of their raising awareness to help other people. So, you know, we all have a calling. God has put us each here to do something, and so I'm just grateful that Mom and I found ours on the porch.
On the porch, yes.
Who would have thought? We found it right here on the
I
porch.
know.
This is our purpose, to share our story, and then on Wednesday, you know, you get in your mailbox some more stories that hopefully inspire you, and we would love to hear your stories of how you found your purpose. And
it's so much fun to write. I mean, nobody's going to correct it, at least not at my stage. And I just sit down there in the morning and I type away, and it is actually fun. Who knew?
She sends me stories
Who knew?
every morning. There's no chance of writer's block with this queen. Let me just
No.
tell you that, because she's got a lot of stories and
Oh.
she's very passionate. I think God gives us that passion. So
Yeah.
anyway, so stay tuned. Again, coming this week are some stories about purpose, a book recommendation called Shape, about finding your purpose and finding your calling.
Right.
And again, I'm just so inspired by the Finblooms and the work they're doing. They have a golf outing coming up. We'll put the date out for that to raise awareness and money. And we'll hear from Mama. She'll have a quip about how she overcame the obstacle when she went back to school. And look at that wave. How do we do that? Hands together? Fingers
I'm not
together?
Sure. Somebody,
You better learn, Mom.
I better learn.
Okay.
You know?
Stay tuned.
I just put
Thanks.
Toto to sleep too. I did that with some first graders one year. I worked them so hard.
Teacher of the Year award, by the
No,
way. Lots of
no,
awards.
that-
So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
We
And
will.
Take care. Have a
All
good
right.
week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.